Hi everyone, my name is Shelby
Hey everyone, my name's Gareth.
and we're both Macquarie University student ambassadors. We're sorry we couldn't be with you in person, but through the power of technology, we can be with you virtually. We're just here to give you a little bit of information about what it's like to be a Macquarie University student, some of the cool opportunities you'll have as a Macquarie student, and the different ways to get into your dream course. Before we get started, just a little bit about ourselves. So I'm in my final year of my Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in social justice. I think I chose this course because ever since I was really young, I've been really passionate about helping people, and I've always had a strong interest in human rights. And when I enjoyed legal studies in high school, I think that was kind of an indication that I might enjoy a law degree as well. This photo here is me in Brazil, where I visited in my first year with our really cool global leadership program. I'll talk a little bit more about this later on, but I've been really fortunate enough to have some incredible opportunities at Macquarie that have helped set me apart and set me in the career direction that I really want to go into, which is to become an international human rights advocate, specifically for women and children.
Hey everyone, my name's Gareth and I'm a second year medical student at Macquarie. However, this is actually my fourth year of study at Macquarie because I completed the Bachelor of Clinical Science straight after high school. I chose that degree because I was really interested in science in high school, and I also really loved talking to people and hearing all the unique stories to tell. So I knew in high school that I wanted to be a doctor because it would really help me to use my science skills to help people stay healthy so they can enjoy all that life has to offer. In clinical science, I had a fantastic time. I got to study a lot of physiology and anatomy, and I also got to study some things like communication and healthcare ethics that I don't think I could have done anywhere else. And on top of that, clinical science is 2 years, so it meant I got out really quickly and I could progress onto a medical degree. So just all those factors together led me to really, really enjoy my time at Macquarie. And I've had some fantastic experiences as Shelby, and we're really excited to share them with you today.
So these are some really cool photos of us when we were in your shoes not too long ago. Thank goodness for glow-ups, I think. But I think some of the key advice that we want to share with you based on our experiences, the biggest one for me is to stay balanced. Just make sure you're really looking after your mental health and your physical health and having a social life alongside your studies, because ultimately you have to look after yourself in order to do well.
And my biggest one would be to do your research. I know it can be a stressful year with all the studies and especially with everything going on, but doing your research can take off that anxiety. So do things like ask your parents, ask your friends, ask your careers advisor for some advice on university, and then check out some great online resources such as the UAT website and the Macquarie website. Just doing a little bit of research can help answer your questions. I know in year 12, I was kind of shy. I didn't really like asking questions, but just going that extra mile and asking those questions can really make it so much easier. So I'd encourage you guys to do your research. So right now, Shelby and I are both studying online, but we really can't wait to get back to Macquarie's fantastic campus. So we thought we'd share a few photos with you guys of what we normally get up to in a day in our lives. So here you can see me on the right there at a student society event. So that was a fundraising event, which was a fantastic opportunity. And it's a great way to get involved outside of the classroom. You can also see me there in a cool St. John ambulance uniform, which is a great way that I stay active in the community and try and give back from what I've learned at uni.
And there's a photo of me there when I was on the executive team of our Amnesty International Society, which was a really cool opportunity for me to get some networks with an organisation that I'm really passionate about and aligns with my interests. But I think the really cool part about being a university student is the flexibility you get. Because when you're in high school, you'll find that you're at school all the time, you don't really have much choice about where you go and what you do. But when you're at uni, it's a completely new world. You have the freedom and the independence to design a week that suits you. So you may be on campus only a few days in a week. You could be doing some really cool stuff like getting involved in student groups, working at our gym, studying in our library, hanging around on campus. But then you may also just have a few days in the week where you're working part-time or getting involved in extracurricular activities. So I think that freedom and that independence to have a week that suits you is something to really look forward to.
That freedom is what I really enjoy about university. And I think it speaks to what Shelby was saying before about being flexible and having a good balance. And there's just so many opportunities to do that at Macquarie.
Okay, so at Macquarie, we really like to recognise that students are a lot more than just their ATAR. And with the circumstances currently happening around the world, we want to kind of emphasize to you that the ATAR is only just one way to get into your dream course at Macquarie. At Macquarie, we like to recognise that students are holistic, and we try to take into account different things that you've achieved and different circumstances in your lives. So we have a few entry programs that you might like to look into. We have early entry, we have adjustment factors to boost your ATAR, we've got alternative entry as well. So we'll just go through some of them now.
So the first one that I want to highlight is the Macquarie Leaders and Achievers program. This is an early entry program for students in Year 12, and it allows you to get an offer to study at Macquarie before you've completed your final HSC exams. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a fantastic way to take some of the stress off Year 12 and really feel like you've got your future planned out for you. So how this program works is that it looks at your Year 11 school results and 3 examples of your commitment to the community. So we want to reward students who are going above and beyond, but we also want to look at students for being more than just their ATAR, as Shelby was mentioning before. So things that people usually submit as part of their application for the community service component are things like being on the leadership team at their school, playing in a sports team, volunteering in their community, having part-time work. No matter what it is, we want to look at your commitment to the community so we can get an understanding of who you are as a person. The application process for this program is opening on the 1st of June, so make sure you take that date down. And it's open to all courses at Macquarie this year, except our co-op programs. For me, that would have made a massive difference in Year 12 because clinical science wasn't on this program at the time. But right now, I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I would have loved to get in through this program. It would have made everything so much easier. So like I said, you could apply through our website and you can find the link there to find all the latest information and the application details.
Another early entry program we have at Macquarie is our Schools Recommendation Scheme, which is one that's very dear to my heart because I was lucky enough to get an early offer through this program. It's basically looking at your Year 11 results alongside a recommendation from your school. So the point of this program is to kind of give your school a voice because they know exactly what type of student you are, so they can recommend you as a student that has the potential to do really well at university. So we'll look at your Year 11 results alongside the rating of your school. To apply, it's very simple. After you submit your UAC application, you then apply for the SRS scheme through UAC as well. Applications are currently open and will close on the 20th of September, and the offers for this program are released in November. So after those final exams, but before you get your results in your ATAR, which is another way to really take that pressure off and know that you have a guaranteed spot in your dream course at Macquarie.
Next, we'd like to talk about adjustment factors. So this is a fantastic way that you can add some additional points onto your ATAR to generate your selection rank, which Macquarie will use for your entry into our courses. So with the adjustment factor program, you can receive them across a range of 3 different schemes. The first one being equity, where you can receive some adjustment factors if there's been something that significantly impacted your studies in Year 11 or Year 12. You can also receive adjustment factors based on where you live, and you can receive adjustment factors based on your performance in the HSC or across the sporting field or theatre field. Importantly, you can receive adjustment factors based on what band you achieve in the HSC. And we also have a big history scheme, which is an online course that you can complete. And just by completing that course, you can receive an extra 3 adjustment factors. So for the majority of courses at Macquarie, you can receive 10 adjustment factors. However, some have a bit less. So I recommend that you check out our adjustment factors website to get all of the latest info. There's also a fantastic adjustment factor calculator on that website, where you can put in all of your circumstances, what degree you'd like to study and what subjects you did in high school, and it can calculate how many adjustment factors you're eligible for.
So as we mentioned, there's a lot of different ways to get into your dream course at Macquarie. We've listed some of them there, but one that I really want to highlight to you is our academic entry program, which Gareth actually received an offer for. Would you like to explain a little bit more about this program, Gareth?
Sure. So this program is a fantastic opportunity that Macquarie offers to students, and it looks at your individual performance in HSC subjects, so not as your ATAR as a whole. So for example, I really wanted to study the Bachelor of Clinical Science, and I did subjects such as chemistry and biology at high school. So Macquarie was able to look at those individual subject marks to use for my entry into Macquarie, rather than looking at my whole ATAR. So if there was a subject that I didn't do too well in and that brought my ATAR down, it wouldn't have mattered because Macquarie was looking at me for my individual subjects. This program is really good because it's automatically applied to students, so there's no extra application process involved.
Yeah, I think that really shows how we're trying to focus on you as an individual rather than your ATAR. Yeah. But the best way to find out which entry programs are applicable to you is by using our Macquarie Entry Navigator, which is on our website. You can put in all your circumstances and click all the boxes, and it'll show you exactly which entry programs you might be eligible for, so you know what your options are.
Next, we like to talk about scholarships. So scholarships are a fantastic way to support your time at university. And you can see there up on the slide that we've got many, many scholarships at Macquarie, too many in fact to talk about them all today. So I want to direct you to our website where you can find all the latest information. So just search MQ scholarships. There's also a scholarships tool on that website where you can put in all of your circumstances and what degree you'd like to study and can help generate scholarships that you're eligible for. I definitely recommend to all students that you apply for it, because they can really, really help you out while you're studying. Both Shelby and I are really lucky to have received scholarships. Mine was based on academic achievement and it has helped me support my postgraduate studies.
And mine was based on travel when I visited Cambodia last year on an internship, and I got a New Colombo Plan scholarship, which really helped assist with the cost of traveling. So on the slide there, you can see some key dates that we've mentioned already, but we just want to reiterate them for you so you can jot them down in your diaries. So again, our Leaders and Achievers Early Entry Program is opening from the 1st of June and closing on the 31st of August. That's a direct application to our website. The School's Recommendation Scheme Early Entry Program is currently open via UAC and will close on the 20th of September. The Educational Access Scheme is currently open via UAC as well and will close at various dates throughout the year. You can check UAC's website for those dates, and UAC applications for Session 1 2021 are currently open. And this is a photo of me at my local train station in a suburb called Panania where I live. It's relatively far from Macquarie, but through the train system and a really cool metro that we have on campus, I'm able to get to uni in just over an hour, which is actually not too bad at all. But we also have some bus routes that will drop you right onto campus, and there's heaps of parking around. So no matter where you live or what mode of transport you're taking, there's definitely a way to get to Macquarie.
Now we've spoken about how fantastic the Macquarie campus is, and here you can see a lovely aerial photograph of it. You can just see how lush and green it is, and you can also see the Macquarie Lake, which is where I really love to have some lunch or do some study. But you can see that Macquarie is actually on the doorstep of a lot of fantastic industry partners. On the slide, you can see things like Johnson & Johnson, Optus and Foxtel, and even Microsoft. They're all within the fantastic local Macquarie University community. What that means for you is that there's many internship opportunities that you can achieve through our practical experience program. So I was able to have a part in the practical experience program during my degree, and it's actually built into all of Macquarie's undergraduate degrees. So that means every student will have the opportunity to gain some practical experience that's relevant to their degree. For example, in my Bachelor of Clinical Science, I got to work on a psychological and employee wellbeing plan for a business in Macquarie Park. And that really helped me to see how business and medicine can interact to help people stay healthy.
And I've been lucky enough to actually do 5 different internships as part of my 2 degrees, which was an amazing way to just get those networks and get that real life experience that I think is so crucial when you're looking for work after you graduate. I've been able to do 3 different international internships and 2 domestic, but by far my highlight was traveling to Cambodia last year to work on an international funding proposal for poverty reduction, which is an amazing thing to accomplish as a student, I think. So that's something to definitely look forward to, all the internships and practical experience you can get involved in once you're a Macquarie student. And another program that I want to highlight is our Global Leadership Program, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. This is a program that is available to all students and is designed to develop you as a young leader and to kind of increase your awareness about global issues and shape you as a global citizen. So I visited Brazil with this program in my first year, learned about the social, cultural, political issues facing Brazil. We went to the United Nations headquarters, just amazing opportunities to have just as a first year student. So that's something to definitely look into once you're a Macquarie student. And the other thing we want to touch on is our exchange program. So Macquarie has over 200 partner universities worldwide, and going on an exchange is a really great way to kind of add an international perspective to your degree, to get some travel in while you're studying. And we've had heaps of friends that have been on exchange and absolutely loved it.
I'm really looking forward to go on exchange to India for 6 months in the 3rd year of my medical program. I think it's going to be a fantastic way to see a new healthcare system, experience a new culture, learn a bit of a new language, and I think it's just really going to help me be a globally focused doctor, so I can't wait. Next, we'd just like to touch on all the different subject areas that Macquarie offers. You can see there's many different areas up there, and I encourage you guys to check out our website to see all of the different courses that we offer and try and find one that sparks your interest.
Or if you're interested in doing 2 courses, you can do a double degree like I did. This is a great way to combine 2 different areas of passion and interest that you have. And they can be two areas that traditionally might go together, like law and commerce. And these degrees are usually already listed on UAC for you to choose from. Or you might want to be creative and combine your own degree through our Bachelor of Combined Studies, where you can combine almost any two degrees like engineering and music, and you can have a unique tailored combination that suits you. And there's heaps of information about double degrees on our website as well.
Now, to wrap things up, we'd like to share with you some advice. And this advice was gathered by surveying the other student ambassadors and asking them what they would have liked to tell themselves when they were in year 12. And these were the 4 points that they came up with. The one that really resonates with me is do what you love because your passion will help you succeed. I truly believe that if you're doing what you're passionate about, it makes the hours fly by and it makes it that much easier to get involved in. If you're studying what you love, you're not going to have a heap of struggle working through all the books. So I definitely recommend that you find something that you're passionate about because it's really going to take you so far.
And I think the other important thing, like we mentioned in year 12, is to continue to be well-rounded when you're a university student. Really take advantage of all of those opportunities like Gareth and I did, because that's what's going to make you stand out. And it can also really help you develop personally and professionally.
Now we've got a number of events coming up, so make sure you take note of these. So we've got our year 10 and year 12 online information sessions, and we also have our open day coming up on the 15th of August. Importantly, I just want to flag your attention to that link on the slide. To follow that link and then put in your details, and we'll be able to send you all our latest and greatest information that will keep you up to date on all of our events on campus.
And if you do have any questions at all, please get in touch with us. Our contact details are up there. You can give us a call, you can get in touch via live chat, you can send us an email, or you can even book a personalised consultation via Zoom. And there's heaps of information on our website as well. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope this session has been informative and insightful for you, and we really wish you all the best with your Year 12 studies.
And we can't wait to see you at Macquarie next year.